Welcome back. In this video, I'll go over 5 things that helped me reach $1 million in revenue. Let's go. I remember the day when I started my business, the $1 million always sounded so good. You know, I want to be a millionaire. I want to make $1 million. That $1 million mark is such a meaningful mark. And of course, as things change and dollar loses value, it's not as effective now. Most people talk about, becoming a billionaire, but I truly think that $1 million mark is a sweet spot for a business owner, especially if you're just starting out. And if you're watching this video, you probably are in early stages, like you either starting out or you maybe started and you still keep building the business and you're looking for ways to improve your process so that you can reach that $1 million revenue goal, preferably in 1 year. So I'm about to share with you 5 things that contributed the most. There are many things, but the most to reach that $1 million revenue goal in 1 year. So let's begin. Number 1, become obsessed with sales. That's true. You have to be obsessed with sales, because if there's no sales, there's no revenue. It's really as simple as that. One of the things that I see that entrepreneurs do all the time, they are always worried and spending time on things that really do not add to the bottom line. They're designing the websites, logos, they're talking about ideas, they're brainstorming, they're researching, they're doing so many different things, except one thing that really only matters, and that is getting out there and making the sale. Whether you have physical product or service, it doesn't really matter. You have to be out there every single day and making those sales. Whether you're running paid ads, cold selling, pitching, door to door, I don't care how you do it, but you have to be out there and selling. And most people will fail simply because they're not willing to sell. Why are they not willing to sell? It's very simple, because they hate rejection. Whether it's rejection in person or rejection online, and they don't like it. So because of that, they go and do things that what I call cute things that make them feel good. Oh, look at this logo. I came up with this name. That's fantastic. All of that is important. But if you want to hit $1 million revenue quickly, focus on sales. I've seen people who actually create $1 million business before they even have a website or finalized logo or finalized company's name. So you can absolutely hit $1 million revenue if you are obsessed with sales. And then the next one is pivoting. When you're out there selling, the willingness to pivot quickly, because as soon as you start making your offer, people are gonna tell you if it's too expensive, too confusing, it's not working, whatever that is, you have to pivot very, very quickly. One of the things that I have done really, really well over my years of entrepreneurship, I'm willing and able to pivot very, very fast. Okay, that's not working, I'm gonna try this. If this is not working, I'm gonna try this. Okay, I did a pitch a couple times, the pitch is not working, people not resonate with what I'm offering, I'm gonna try this way till I find what's working. So when you're out there and making sales, whether yourself or somebody else, you will quickly receive feedback. And when you receive feedback, you can quickly pivot. So you have to be willing to pivot. I run a mastermind group, actually quite a few mastermind groups, and I noticed that when people come to my mastermind group, they have this idea and they try to sell a certain way, or they have a certain product and they keep banging their head against the wall and they're not getting results they want. They're not willing to pivot. I was like, have you tried this way? No, but I know it's gonna work this way. I just have to keep trying. I'm like, no, just try to change the price, try to change the offer, try to explain in a different way how this product works and how this product is gonna solve their problems. They're not willing to change. And I would suggest that once you get out there and try to make those sales, change quickly, adapt quickly, and you will find that $1 million product or service idea that you're gonna get to that $1 million mark very, very quickly. So number three is actually have a great product or service. When you focus on sales and when you're willing to pivot, pivoting is often about pivoting how you sell. But also, number 3, it's gonna give you information how to make your product or service very, very good. Because you can only focus on sales so much, but if you sell something and then the product is not good, you're not gonna be successful long term. So you actually have to have a great product. And because of making the sales and because of pivoting, you will be able to create a great product. But what happens often, people hear feedback about their product or service, like this is not working, I'm not happy about this. They're like, who cares? Let's just keep focusing on selling. So selling is important, but you also have to have a great product. So the next thing what I would suggest that you do is create great product. It's not gonna be great product or service from the beginning, but listen to feedback. If you sell a product on Amazon and people complain in reviews that they're not happy about this, go back, create next version and try to improve whatever people were not happy. Try to improve your ratings, because if you do that, you'll be successful. People are gonna buy more of your product or services, and you'll get to that $1 million revenue mark and beyond. So good product is vital to your success getting to that $1 million in revenue mark. Number 4, have multiple streams of revenue. And I know when you start out, you're gonna have only one stream of revenue. In my business, I have multiple streams of revenue. But when you start out, you're gonna have only one. And let's say your core product or services, in certain industry, you can always pivot and add value in different ways. So for example, in our business, we create courses for ourselves that we sell. We create courses for other people. We open up our studio for production services. So there are so many different things that we do in our business to create multiple streams of revenue. We rent out space, some of our office space, for events and other people's production. So there are so many different ways that we can make money, and it's so much easier to get to that $1 million mark. The same thing I would advise for you. Start with one product or one service offer, and then as you keep growing, add another streams of revenue that align with what you do already. The other thing I see this, a lot of distraction. People would like doing this and they just not really align. The best way, in my opinion, is when those multiple streams of revenue align and support one another. So again, for my example, we create courses for ourselves, right? We create online courses. We have cameras, equipment, we have editors, we have team. And for us to create a course for others is very easy, and vice versa. And then also production services, we can add those services as well. So it's all aligned, but it helps us bring more revenue for our business. And if one thing dries up, we can rely on something else and get through hard times because we have multiple streams of revenue. We're not relying just on one thing. So multiple streams of revenue can help you get to that $1 million revenue goal. Last and final one is called pay to play. Pay to play, what does that mean? Pay to get your product or service out there. Yes, it relates a little bit with sales. Sales, when I intended with the first one, it's more like getting out there and hustling. It's more like the hustle, right? Picking up the phone, calling, because when you start out, you don't have that much money. Cold emailing people, just doing whatever it takes to make those sales. Because when you start out, you usually don't have that much money. So when you actually start making some money, you reinvest some of that money in Instagram ads, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, LinkedIn ads, partnerships, whatever you can to get that word out there, to get the word out about your product or service. And this is something once you figure out math, once you figure out how to put the dollar in and get $1.20, $1.50 out, it's magic. It's truly, truly magic. So now in our business, we spend thousands of dollars on advertising. Actually, advertising is our #1 expense in our business. We spend the most money on advertising. But because of advertising, we've been able to get our business to where it's today. So those are the 5 things that I suggest that you do to get to $1 million in revenue as quickly as you can. So let's recap really quick. Number 1, focus on sales. Focus on sales, get out there, do whatever you can to sell your product or service. Often at first it will be, again, free strategies, picking up the phone, calling, emailing, blogging, whatever you need to do. Number 2 is pivot. Once you get feedback from your sales pitches or your offers, listen to feedback and pivot quickly. Make necessary adjustments to improve your systems and processes and gain more sales. Very, very simple. Then number 3, we talked about the importance of great product. You have to have a great product. As you listen to the feedback, as you put your product out there or service, listen to feedback, because you can only survive so long with average product. There's so much competition. There are people, breathing your neck. They want part of your business. So you have to have a great product or service. Always innovate, always improve, and that's how you're gonna stay in the game, and that's how you're gonna get to that $1 million revenue goal. Then number 4, we talked about the importance of having multiple offers. Preferably, you have multiple streams of revenue with businesses that support one another, that they all are kind of connected. So you're not all over the place. Try to learn new industries. Preferably have multiple streams of revenue in the same industry or pretty close to your main core industry. And last and final thing, we talked about the importance of pay to play, and that's paid advertising. Pay to get your name and product out there. This is the fastest way you can scale your business by learning how to put dollar in and getting $1.20, $1.40, $1.50, $2 out. So thank you so much for watching. If you truly implement these 5 strategies, I can guarantee you, you'll get to that $1 million in revenue in 1 year or quicker than you would ever would. Stop doing the cute things. Start focusing on the main things that actually contribute to your bottom line. And again, what are those 5 things? Go back, rewatch if necessary, and take action. Put more hours, make more phone calls, whatever you need to do, and then use that money to implement other strategies that I went over. As always, thanks so much for watching. We put a lot of work in these videos. If you appreciate what you got out of this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and most importantly, if you want to learn on a weekly basis how to start and scale your business, hit that notification bell so that I can bring new videos to you, because you're gonna get notification immediately, hey, new video is up. And also, you doing those things help me spread the word to other people who are interested in these kind of topics. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.